act as if, right? Scripturally, it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So whatever you believe about yourself is true. Whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, either way, you're right. You believe you can be a millionaire? Great. If you believe you can't or you don't want to be or you don't need to be, then you're right. It doesn't really matter. However you think is what it is that you're going to become. It's what it is that you're going to embody. So, why not think about yourself in the way that you want to see yourself? I know he says millionaire in Think Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. He says, find a millionaire, do as he does, you'll have what he has. I always take it not to the literal. I mean, some of you want to be multimillionaires. Absolutely. Like you should. But the term millionaire in the book, when Napoleon Hill talks about it, it's find someone that's successful in what they do. Copy what they do, and you'll have the same success they have. Find a millionaire, do as he does, you'll have what he has. Find someone that excels in what they do, copy how they think about things, and you can get the same results. It's not a talent issue, it's a mindset issue. It starts with your thinking. What did who were just listening? Miles Monroe just talked about beliefs, habits, and approach to life. That's what makes a millionaire different. They think about life differently. They have different beliefs. Remember, what's our thesis here? If you change your thinking, you'll change your life. You have a set of beliefs right now. We all do. We all have a set of beliefs that have gotten us to this point in life. Good, bad, and different. Your beliefs is what got you here, because your beliefs lead to your actions. What you believe is possible, what you believe you're capable of, what you believe you're worthy of, what you believe the world is made of, it causes you to approach life in a certain way. It causes you to see life in a certain way. It causes you to have different habits. So if we want the outcome of our life to change, if you want more money in your bank account, if you want to build a bigger business, if you want better relationships, if you want to be better in your health, if you want a better faith life, like if you want the outcome to be different, you have to believe something different than what you currently believe. That's the key. That's why if you change your thinking, you'll change your life. He gave a couple things in there, right? Successful people, millionaires, whatever it is, whatever words you want to put in there, have a growth mindset. That means you don't think you are, right, like that you're fixed. The opposite of growth mindset is a fixed mindset. How I was made is how I was made. Who I am is who I am. That's just who I am. How I've learned is all I'm going to learn. A growth mindset says, no, I can change and become anything, no matter what age, stage I am, no matter what my environment is, lot in life. I can always grow and learn and become better. That's a growth mindset. There's people out there that don't have that mindset. They believe what they have is all they'll have. Who they are is who they are. Like, that's it. Well, not us. Not if you want to get to the life that you deserve. You got to have a growth mindset. You got to have a positive outlook on life. That's what Miles Monroe said. You got to have a positive outlook on life. Do you look at life with more fear? Do you look at life with more of the like I don't know, the uncertainties of life, the worries, the fears, or do we have a positive outlook on life? Are we optimistic on things? Then he said you got to be proactive. You got to go out and grab your dreams. You got to go out and touch your dreams. You got to go out and take what is yours. If you want this life, you got to go get it. It's not just going to come to you and fall in your lap. But all of it starts with your thinking. All of it starts with your thinking. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets to the World Class, it says world class wealth begins with world class thinking. Like, this doesn't sum up what we talk about all the time. Like, I don't know what else does. But like, you're not going to go off and become a millionaire, become the successful person that you see yourself as, if you're not starting with changing how you're thinking. Got to drive this message home, because this is where it all starts, y'all. This is where it starts. Here's what it says. It says, if you got out of bed this morning and went to work because you wanted to, you're in control of money. If you got out of bed this morning because you had to, money is in control of you. Even in the wealthiest nation in the world, 99% of the population is being controlled by money. The effect is lack of money. The cause is thinking. Albert Einstein once said, a problem cannot be solved at the level of consciousness in which it occurs. Knowing this, champions raise their level of consciousness by studying how the world class creates wealth. The middle class believes formal education is the answer to acquiring wealth, yet very few academics are wealthy. They seek advanced degrees and certifications and are confounded when these things don't bring them riches. While the great ones are strong advocates of higher education, they don't believe it has much to do with acquiring money. The middle class trades time for money. The world class trades ideas that solve problems for money. Let's say that one more time. The middle class trades time for money. The world class trades ideas that solve problems for money. Money flows like water from ideas. The middle class often scorns the world class out of frustration over a lack of money, yet the answer to earning more money than they can spend has been in their lap their whole lives. Ideas. It's such a simple concept that the majority misses it. The poverty class talks about and regurgitates the past. The middle class talks about other people, and the world class talks about ideas. Professional performers know money doesn't care which direction it flows. They know the world will bend over backwards to make them rich if it will help them solve their problems. About 150 years ago, Karl Marx was sure the working class as a whole would rise up and overcome oppression if they had a chance. What Marx didn't figure into the equation was the poverty-driven thought process of the people. Give people operating at a middle-class consciousness $1 million opportunity, and they will find a way to make it back to the middle class. It's where their limited self-image tells them they belong. The difference has nothing to do with reality. It's all perception in the mind of the performer. If we change the way we think, we can change our life. You can have, be, do anything you want. Do you believe that? Is that your belief system? Is that how you operate? I know we tell that to our kids, right? I know we try to inspire the youth and tell them you can be anything, but at this stage in your life, after all you've been through, after all your failures, after all your disappointments, after all the things, do you still believe that you personally can be, do, become anything? Anything? Do you believe that? Not, that's where we got to start. We got to start at the belief system that we have of what is possible in our lives. World-class thinking is what helps you gain world-class wealth, right? These are the mindsets that bog us down, the mindsets of how we operate in life. Remember, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, either way, you're right. Whether you believe you can or believe you can't, either way, you're right. So you have to start, like Miles Monroe said in the video, you got to start acting as if. It starts in the mind, and then start acting as if. If you believe that you're a millionaire, right? If you believe you're a millionaire, if you believe you're a multimillionaire, how would you act? What would your beliefs be about money? What would your beliefs be about people? What would your beliefs be about business? What would your beliefs be about time management? Like if that were you, I often tell this, some of y'all are in business with me, right? And so you understand, like, I'm constantly helping you grow and become better, because again, building people is a huge part of what we do. And for some people in that step into the business, I always say you have to act as if, right away. If you know our business or any business you're in can get you to becoming a multimillionaire, can get you to making $500,000 a year, or more money than you ever thought you could make, you have to start to act as if you're already there. So I would give this analogy of like, hey, if you were a Fortune 500, Fortune 100 CEO, you're the CEO of Pepsi, I don't know, like you're just anything, like something huge, major corporation. Would you be taking your uncle to the airport on a Tuesday afternoon? Would you be running to the vet like on a Wednesday evening? Would you be having a phone conversation with someone at 11 in the morning for 45 minutes that just wants to vent to you? If you were the CEO of a Fortune 100 company, how would your family treat you? Would they be the ones asking you to do little things for them throughout the day and then you do it? Of course not. They wouldn't even ask you for those things. You'd be too busy. They know you have too much responsibility. So you have to act as if. But when we come into business, when you start a new venture, you don't act as if you're the top of the company. You don't act as if you making $500,000 a year. We just act like around what we see. So we give time to other people. We have a day off. We drive people to the airport. We take people to the doctor. We go do these things, but we're not acting as if we are that multimillionaire already. So it's almost hard to become it because we don't act as if. It's a challenge. It's something you have to program your mind for. You have to practice these things. If you've grown up in an environment where, right, it's been limited thinking, limited beliefs, you only have this, we don't have this abundance mindset. Well, at this age and stage of where you are in life, guess what? You got to change. You got to think differently. You got to reprogram yourself. You have to unlearn and relearn new things. Hardest thing to do, y'all. Trust me. I'm telling you, like, easier said than done. I get it. But like, you have to learn how to unlearn things that got you to this point, because what got you here will not get you to the next point. So maybe there's some things in your belief system that you're going to have to unlearn. And then you're going to have to relearn the other side. What's one of the easiest ways to do that? You can program your brain through affirmations, through what you say to yourself. Through what you say to yourself. If you have a talk track that comes from other people, that comes from negativity, that maybe you've never been used to talking to yourself, right? Talking yourself into good things. That's how one of the ways we change our thinking. Then you have to practice that. If you do not have affirmations or things that you care about written down, I highly recommend you write it down. I got this thing, I've mentioned it before. I got this thing called a master plan to energize and focus. It has everything that I believe about myself, that I want to see happen in my personal life, in my faith life, in my business life, in my health life, in my financial life. It has everything written down in there. The more that I read that to myself, the more that I believe that those things are possible, because I'm putting it in my brain. I'm literally reprogramming my brain for success, because that's where it starts. I literally have something in there that says, right, I'm a millionaire. Our net worth is catching up to it, or something like that, right? Like something along those lines. I have it already written down. I already say it to myself, right? So at the end of the day, if this is a place you're at where you're like, you know what, maybe I have some stinking thinking, maybe I have some things that I need to unlearn so I can relearn how to get better at. Well, guess what? Write it down. Read it to yourself every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Help yourself, right? Help yourself course correct your brain, course correct your thinking, so that now you can put yourself in a position to go off and get the life that you dreamed of, go off and get our ideal life. It's not about your circumstances, not about the lack of money you have. It's not about your job. It's not about any of those things. It's about how you think about those things. And if we can change our thinking, we can change our life, y'all. Action step for today says, ask this critical thinking question: at what level of monetary success do I feel most comfortable? Are you most comfortable at the poverty class, the middle class, or the world class? Where you feel most comfortable reflects your self-image and most likely your current status. If you want to become wealthier, begin by raising your self-image, upgrading your self-talk that you use regarding money and finances. Is real funny. I'll leave you with this. When I was, my wife was a little sick last week. I take her to the doctor. Took her to the doctor. The nurse that walks us back to the room or whatever is talking to like one of the like other staff, and she says this thing. She's like, "Yeah, I can't do that because I'm broke," right? And so I always hear money, right? Money, because I'm in the money business. Money always just comes my way. Like people just start talking money all around me. And so as I'm going past her, she lets us in the room. I'm like, "Hey, you're not broke. You're improving your financial situation." Say it that way. I'm improving my financial situation. And she like smiled and she was like, "I'm improving my financial situation." It's just all about how we say it. It's all about our self-talk. If you constantly say I'm broke, well, guess what? You will be broke forever. Like that's just, it's self-talk. But if you say, I'm working on my financial situation. My financial situation is improving. I'm improving my financial situation, right? It changes your language. That's how we attract the things that we want into our life. That's what we got to go off and do. You want to go off and design your ideal life? You got to start talking to yourself a little bit better so you can start changing that thinking. It's all in our beliefs. Whatever we believe is true, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Like that's who you are. So we will. I quoted this on my Facebook. I said that your quality of life will never exceed the quality of your thought life, right? The quality of your life will never exceed the quality of your thought life. So if your thought life is poor, you'll have a poor quality of life. If you can improve your thought life, you can improve the quality of your life. That's the way it works, right? I heard Dr. Darius Daniels say, how do we get to the next level? Head first. We get to the next level head first. That means you got to start here, and then it pulls us up. So let's go out and make it happen. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. Do something this weekend that scares you. Do something this weekend that helps you change your thinking a bit. Push yourself out of your comfort zone a bit more. Get around some people that are thinking positively, that are inspiring you, that are motivating you. And let's come back next week and let's go make it happen. Love you guys. Enjoy your Friday. Take care.